I've got with me Saller, the CMO of Diageo, the drinks and spirits giants, and joining her is Mark Sands, a global head of Guinness, Baileys, and Smirnoff. Great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for that. Here in Cannes, there's been so much talk about striving for brand purpose. Sil, what's this all about?
Well, we did 45 minutes on the big stage yesterday in front of 2,000 people talking about how to get brand purpose right, because it's difficult. Purpose is simply why your brand exists, why consumers should buy you, and we don't necessarily go to the functional benefits. You go, what is the meaning it has in people's lives? But a lot of people get it wrong, that's controversial, so we stood on the stage and did something I don't think many people have done. We talked about our mistakes. We talked about where we got it wrong and where we got it right. It was so much fun.
Mark, where did you get it wrong?
Well, I think the big problem with brand purpose is when you don't have the credibility for your brand to play in that space, because brand purpose is all about going a bit more beyond your functional benefits. Does it taste nice? To try and find a sort of higher order benefit that's going to emotionally connect with people. Certainly sometimes we've got that wrong.
So, Baileys.
If I take Baileys for example, you know, we started off 6 years ago, we had a new purpose which was Baileys makes women shine. You know, female empowerment's big for us, it's something that we really care about in Diageo, but women didn't want Baileys to make them shine, didn't feel that Baileys could make them shine. And we had to step back and think, you know, what is Baileys all about? And ultimately, Baileys, you know, it's this incredible thing. It's part cake, it's part booze, it's just all about pleasure. And so it completely changed our approach. We said, right, okay, the role of Baileys is just to be your co-conspirator to pleasure. And we just made millions of bite-sized moments of pleasure across Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and it rocketed Baileys' performance as a result.
So in a way, it's trial and error. Was that also the case for Guinness, for that very powerful ad that you ran when it comes to gay sportsmen and rugby?
Yeah, it was, because you know Guinness has got this incredible creative legacy. I've been lucky enough to work on Guinness for 20 years now. What people don't remember is sometimes we get it wrong with Guinness as well. When we first started with our new platform, Made of More, the setup's great. Guinness is a beer made of more for people made of more. Actually, the first brief that we did, we just got it wrong because we didn't have the humanity that really connects people emotionally to Guinness. And we did an ad that was just way too metaphorical. So we went back into thinking, okay, what's Guinness all about? We've always said Guinness is 3 words: power, goodness, and communion. And power meaning kind of the strength of character that it takes to make a difference in the world. And we found this amazing story with Gareth Thomas, the first professional rugby player to come out as gay. Took an immense amount of strength of character from him. And the reason that it was credible for Guinness to do that was because it was in our heartland of rugby. And therefore, you know, we had a right to play there. If we'd done the same story in music or in the workplace, you know, people would have rejected it and said, you know, why is Guinness talking about that? So it's really important to make sure you've got the right to play there if purpose is going to be right.
Sil, do you have the right to play when it comes to immigration, when it comes to migration? Because that's one of the themes that you picked up with whiskey. How does that go together?
You know, we're not overtly saying we're going to take a stand on immigration, but we believe in progress with Johnny Walker, and we believe in bringing people together. So 2 different pieces of work we did on that. One was Keep Walking America, and it was a very simple premise. We took Woody Guthrie's This Land Is Your Land, and we put it over beautiful scenes of people together in America, all kinds of people, done in a Hispanic voiceover. And, you know, a country without walls. The songs, the words of that song said it all, and the result to that was amazing. I mean, our Twitter feed went crazy. 70 million views just on election night where we ran it. We weren't trying to take a political stand. We were just saying American values. We are better together. We progress more. And that's what Walker's about. The other one is Ode to Lesbos, and it's a story of hope. It's a story of people in an island who are helping the refugees, but it's from their point of view, how they progressed, what they learned in their efforts to help people.
Before we let you go, give me a sense of how healthy the consumer is at this point. We saw that beer volumes have dropped off. That's not good for Guinness, obviously, but it's really good for spirits, for whiskey overall. We're seeing a bit of a revival, especially in Europe here. What's this down to, you think?
All kinds of reasons. Some of the big ones are real interest in food, in mixology, and that is making a big difference. So as the food trends go, we go, and that's fantastic. Of course, as the market leader, we are fueling that trend, we're driving those trends, and we're going against the grain in beer. I think our beer business is pretty healthy.
Yeah, there's massive disruption going on in beer, but the principal thing is people are moving away from bland, undifferentiated lager to beers that taste of more. It's good for Guinness, it's good for loads of other craft beers as well.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.